All right, welcome to this explainer. We are jumping right into something absolutely fascinating today, the Addmesh Cosmology. It's not just some old map of the stars, you know? It's this breathtakingly precise framework where time, space, and spirituality all intersect. Today, we're decoding one specific, crucial pillar of this ancient thought, the Huan category. So here's how we're going to break this massive taxonomy down into four easy parts. First, the foundations of Huan. Then, the cosmic forces known as the hands of wisdom. After that, we'll look at the grounding realm of sacred flora, and finally, we'll wrap it up with the 91 tribes. Part 1. The foundations of the Huan category. Basically, you can think of Huan like a grand cosmic umbrella. It covers three essential branches that perfectly bridge the heavens, the earth, and the hidden realms all together. Moving on to Part 2, Bekrai Huan, or the hands of wisdom. These guys are the active workers, the cosmic mediators of the universe. They're literally transitioning creations from the hidden spiritual realms right into our physical world. Now, what's really wild here is the extreme geometric purpose of these seven forces. Three of them sit squarely in the absolute center of the universe. These are often identified as Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael. Meanwhile, the other four are anchoring the far extreme corners just to manage the entire cosmos. Okay, here is where the math gets genuinely fascinating. Those four corner entities we just mentioned, they actively nourish our world. And they do it by feeding the Earth a specific natural element in rigid, precise cycles of exactly 91 days. No more, no less. It's honestly like a flawless, continuous baton pass of elemental energy. So the first corner feeds the earth, fire for 91 days. Then water takes over, followed by wind, and finally, earth gets its turn. And check out this rhythm. Every single 91-day cycle kicks off on a Sunday and finishes up its work on a Saturday. Now, if you're doing the math in your head right now, you probably already caught the trick here. 91 days multiplied by the four elements perfectly equals 364 days. But, well, obviously, the universe is exactly 1 day short of a standard solar year. This ancient system actually acknowledges that slight cosmic imperfection, revealing just a single leftover day that's needed to bridge the gap before the whole universe hits resets. And boom, this gives us a 365-day year. And it isn't just arbitrary counting either. It profoundly blends spiritual philosophy with observable astronomy. It directly ties those cosmic elemental feeding cycles right to our everyday, earthly experience of time. So what actually happens on that single leftover day? Well, in Addmesh philosophy, it's called Sen Beta. Remember how every 91-day cycle ends on a Saturday? This final leftover day is basically the ultimate Saturday. It's a massive cosmic holiday of rest. Think of the universe's timeline not as a flat circle, but actually more like a spring. Sen Beta is this beautiful cosmic pendulum reset. It's the exact moment where absolutely all of creation, the skies, the earth, the elements, they all just catch their breath, shift slightly upward on that spring, and get ready for the entire cycle to restart. Part 3. Etse Hewan, or Sacred Flora. So here, we're shifting our focus way down from the vast expanse of cosmic time straight into the physical soil. In this framework, the earthly realm is divided up equally into four specific domains. It splits existence among Kazn for humans, Tamlik for birds, Zodic for wild beasts, and Partina for domestic animals. And the sacred flora are intimately tied to these spheres, giving exactly what's needed for each group to genuinely thrive. And this philosophy has incredibly practical, honestly almost modern applications. They're categorized into four main purposes. First, it starts with physical medicine, to heal our bodies. But then it goes deeper into psychological healing, specifically calling out certain shrubs used to soothe the mind and ease anxiety. From there, we take a leap to spiritual connection, where these grand worship trees literally bridge the gap between us humans and the spirit world. And finally, these plants act as an unseen earthly representation. They exist purely to anchor the hidden spiritual realm right to the physical dirt beneath our feet. All right, part 4, Timere Hewan, or the 91 tribes. This is really the grand culmination of the entire cosmology, the living tribes of the earth. So the Timurit Hewan is made up of 91 distinct tribes. These tribes actually originated from early, abstract, existential thoughts. And eventually, those thoughts manifested physically across the four directions to become all the earthly creatures we know and see today: humans, birds, beasts, domestic animals. But just as importantly, they also manifested as hidden entities, unseen spirits like Tumul and Sarad, who occupy the invisible layers of our world. Literally everything living, seen and unseen, traces back to this one single organizational tree. We've just traced this incredible path from the outer corners of the universe right through the rigid cycles of the elements, down to the healing plants in the soil, and finally to the living tribes of the earth. So I want to leave you with a question to think about. How does understanding this meticulously calculated, intimately interconnected map change your own relationship with time, nature, and the elements? When you look at a calendar or just step outside and feel the wind on your face, how does this profound indigenous framework shift your everyday perspective? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep exploring.